We're back and it feels so good to be live streaming. I'm so excited for today's guest. We are here to talk about live streaming in our business, why you should do it, how important it is, all the benefits of it. So if you're here, I hope you enjoy our conversation because this guest is just high quality and I love how he uses it for his business, but also for e-commerce, which I think is something that a lot of people don't really understand. And if they're interested about Amazon as well, this would be the person. He would be the go-to. So we're going to get right to it because we only got 30 minutes. I don't want to keep people too long. This is a fast-paced show, and I'm not here to talk to myself, folks. So let's go ahead and get Marco out. Marco, there you are. Let me get us correctly.
You weren't trying to smash me.
Yes. No, but welcome, amigo.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Oh, no, me too. I've known you for a few years and I didn't have you on my old show, but I knew I wanted to have you on this show. You have so many secrets and your style. Yeah. No, but it's so exciting to have you. And look at everybody's coming in. I'm so excited. Look at all these people.
Oh
Marco,
my God.
you
don't have anything to do.
Yeah, no. Sri, I'm so glad you're here, girl. It's so great to have you. Yeah, no, it's important. See, she knows important, the value of live streaming, video, get your business, your brand out there and use this as a tool. Juana's here. Thank you so much, Juana. Chris, my guest, he was already on the show, another live streamer. I'm super excited to have Marco.
Hello.
I gotta remember, have Marco here in the chair in the studio today. Bruce, hello, long time. I know. No, thank you for tuning in from Arizona. I know we have paired channel. So Marco, I hope someone pops in from your channel too. Arnaldo
from Brazil.
Yes. Hey, I like the name. That's nice. I know Mackenzie's here. What's up, Saturday night? Your Saturday night. Another of the best of the best. Look who's here. Look at this guy.
Chris, how are you?
Wow, Chris, thank you for popping through and saying hello. All right, my friends, I see so many names. I just wanted to give a shout out to those people. At least everyone's happy to be here. That is so sweet. I think we're going to learn a lot from our guest today, Marco. Tell us how you got into live streaming and then how you got into using it for e-commerce, because that's for me the biggest question. I'm so curious.
Okay, so this is a pretty nice question because back in September 2015, I was scrolling my Facebook feed. And at some point, I found this post by a friend of mine, Pedro Cramias. Okay, I'm trying this new tool. Do you want to come in and see how it works? Okay, I need to do something because this camera has AI and gesture control. Okay, now it's okay. So I clicked in that link and I went to a platform called Blab. Okay, and there was this platform live streaming. It was something new, and 4 people in the screens. I think they only had at that point 2 people. And then Pedro asked me, do you want to join? And I said yes. So I went to the screen. We had this conversation, 2 Portuguese guys, 2 Brazilian ladies, around more than 1 hour. And by the end, I said, this is something.
Mm-hmm.
It was something that I like to call love at first live. And then I started kind of talking to everyone. Do you know that feeling that you had and when you were young and you went to vacations and you had this amazing experience, even though it was not a big deal looking back today, but by that time it was like, Oh my God. And you had this will to talk with everybody. Look, I saw the light or so. So I was talking to people and they were looking at me because, have in mind, I'm in Portugal. We are a conservative Latin uh, country. Okay. So they were kind of looking at me. Oh, what weed are you smoking? So what are you drinking? But the thing is, I felt something about the platform, about live streaming. Then I made some more shows on Blab. Meanwhile, Blab went down because I think the business didn't went well. Then I had to wait till Facebook released Facebook Live to mortals like myself. And then I waited a little bit. I had this feeling because going live all alone, at least at the beginning, is not fun. Okay. It's not fun at all. But we need to do this somehow. So I started. I remember the first live. I think it was by the end of 2017 on Facebook. I was doing the predictions, and it was an awful video. Okay, I was wearing headphones and I was like earphones, taking them on, off, whatever. Okay, terrible. But the thing is, I started. Then I started in 2018. I started my interview show, which I just gave a name to the show 1 year and so after I started. So this is sometimes we stuck in the I don't have a name to my show. Doesn't matter, nobody cares. The people were tuning in, watching my live shows without having a name. That's it. So then I kept doing this. I met amazing people. Then I kind of oriented my live show mainly for Spanish speaking persons
Mm.
because in my country I was not really well accepted. So I needed to keep moving. Then I think it was by the end of 2019, I got LinkedIn Live, and then I had the chance to move more to a more US market oriented uh, live shows. Then I found other LinkedIn live streamers, and in a group they were talking about this LinkedIn Live thing, and I said, LinkedIn Live, what? So they were chatting about this, and then I went to Amazon. Okay, Amazon Live. I was talking about Amazon Live, and let me check. And I applied for the first time. So the first time I got refused, but I remember back those days I was talking with someone else that already had Amazon Live, and I said, okay, I was refused the first time, but I'm not giving up. So 1 month later or so, I applied again, and my appliance went through, and I said, okay, I think I didn't came till this point the other time, so I think I'm in. I kept doing.
Nice, nice.
Funny thing is, you can only go live on Amazon with an iPhone or a iOS device, and I was from since ever Android guy, so I needed to buy an iPhone. Okay, I waited a little, then I started doing Amazon Live frequently. I made my 400th show a few weeks ago. Okay,
Wow.
and in 2 years, I think it's not bad. But the thing is, it's a pretty exciting new world that you can find.
Wow. Wow. That's a great story. I love it. You've been live streaming for a while. You've had a couple shows. I love the advice you gave about don't worry if you don't have a name, just get out there. You said lots of wonderful things. Uh, I know that Restream now has a connect with Amazon. They have them as a destination, which I was like, oh, this is new. They've added, and they might be adding Instagram too. If anybody has noticed that Instagram, I think, is opening it up, as well as there was another one. Well, I know TikTok's been on there for a while, but I'm not on that platform. But I love that they're Restreams. You're going to be able to use it for Amazon now. So That's great. Yes, Bruce, thank you for that. 400 shows on Amazon, going for it. I mean, that is an incredible accomplishment. So I agree. Let's see. I want to see somebody's here.
Hello, Joanna.
Joanna from Facebook. That she's paired on your channel, so she's tuning in from yours. So that's really nice. I love this.
I get the money from the ticket. It's for me.
Yes. And Ant's here. So hi, Ant. Thanks for popping through and supporting us. And Lucy, I put in your hello. I saw that you checking in from Canada. So hi, Lucy. Thanks for coming through. If you guys have any questions for Marco, now's the time.
Yep.
Drop them in the
Feel
chat.
free to. And you can make them in Portuguese. I can reply in Portuguese as well. Or Spanish.
Right. If you want to learn about e-commerce, how to get on Amazon, what he loves to talk about, I put it in the description. But you love to, what are the kind of things you like to talk about on Amazon? And what is like all the techie stuff? And I have to say that mic. I keep looking at that mic. So if you can just throw in there about that mic that you got in front of you, I would like to know more.
This microphone, it's the Fin by Heil Sound. This is the microphone that appears in the Hunger Game movie. Yes. It's not this one. It's another one like this one.
Look at that.
So this microphone came from a collaboration I made with Heil Sound. They provided me with some microphones. Some they are close to me. One it's the other one. One of them it's here, because this is one of my niches, and this is something that we should have in mind as well. And so I think I can run through this topic as well, because it's good to kind of be known as someone who knows about this topic. I don't want to lose the track or the kind of branding that I'm someone who likes to talk about content creation, content marketing, and this sort of things. Okay, this is something that I don't want to go away from this. So I started, and this is something that even though sometimes I talk about other kind of tech things, I like to talk about content creation tools. So this is why Heil Sound sent it to me, this microphone and others. And I believe that this is one of the important things on Amazon. Okay, niching down so you can kind of be seen as the authority in that specific thing. Because if you go too broad, this could be good in the short term, because maybe you can get more brand deals, maybe you can get more commissions because you are talking about everything, and like a friend of mine like to say, a pair of boots. But the thing is, when we need to kind of think in the long run about being strategic, it's better to keep this narrowed. Okay, so because this is something important as well. Don't think as Amazon as the only income stream, because this is a huge mistake you are doing. Okay, because for instance, I like to niche this in content creation because I want to build more houses in other lands about content creation. Okay, this is something that you should have in mind. Amazon has this nice thing, is that you can monetize from your expertise. You have kind of a broader audience. Okay, not these days, but hopefully soon I will get back to this myself and the other creators, of course. But the thing is, it's a nice place to build awareness as well. Of course, you can build some money, and I think you may be asking about it as well in a while. But the thing is, think about your business in a kind of broader perspective, not just, okay, I'm gonna go to Amazon and I'm gonna talk about everything all the time because this is a nice way to get commissions and to get brand deals, because they will approach, because I talk about plants, I talk about food, talk about pets, I talk about gardening, I talk about parachuting, whatever, I talk about everything. The thing is, having in mind a long-term perspective of business. This is not a wise movement, at least in my opinion.
Good advice. Solid. That's super solid. I like it. I put your Amazon shop right there, so if people want to go and follow you, check you out.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And
Follow
let me share
Marco.
this.
Yes.
I I made a study, and every time, and we are in spring, every time you hit that follow button on my page, a flower blooms. So with that, you are feeding at least one bee and one butterfly. And I'll leave it there.
So sweet. That's so sweet. I'm curious for people that are in the chat to let me know what kind of Amazon products you would sell. I'm just so curious, like people's niches, because you talked about that. And I love how you say you need to niche down. You need to know what you want to talk about and really establish an authority in that. We have 2 questions. So I'm going to ask, we're going to get to those. Let me see. Bruce asked the first question, and then we'll get to Chris's. Where do you start with the Amazon live streaming applications? What advice do you have for the application steps?
Okay, I applied kind of accidentally. Okay, but the thing is, and the I believe that idea of Amazon having this influencer program is kind of bringing people which already has authority in some uh, social media platforms, and then they could come to Amazon, and then with them they will bring their community. I applied with Twitter. I believe that today Twitter it's not an option. Okay, but you can apply. Let me see: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and a Facebook page. Important thing: it's good to have a kind of a big community, but more important than that, it's an engaged community. There's no, at least as far as I know, there's no a number like, okay, if you reach this number of followers, of subscribers, whatever, you can get on Amazon. I don't know, this is kind of a secret, but the thing is, it's more important than, and this is something that we can build today or start building today to reach to that level, is the engagement. If you have an engaged community, it's easier for you to get this approval.
I love that. Great. Anything else? Did I cut you? I didn't want to cut you off.
I think it's good to keep this in mind.
Okay.
Building a community, choosing a topic to talk about it, okay, and then kind of bring this knowledge and this community to Amazon, okay, and with that, hopefully, it will start being seen as the expert on this XYZ topic. Your community will follow you because they want to hear you, they want to listen to you, they want to watch you and kind of sharing you or whatever. And also some of them, they will buy from you because we know this reciprocity.
Yes.
I think it's
yes.
Thing. Okay, so you helped me. So
the law of reciprocity.
yes,
it's called.
So you helped me, you are fine, you are nice, you are there and you talk with me, whatever. So you're recommending this, whatever. I'm needing one. I'm going to buy from you on Amazon. And this is kind of a snowball effect. Oh, we have here Ryan Swanson, the amazing 50% of the whole amazing show.
I've seen him when I've seen your show, but I don't know him. So hi, Ryan. Nice to meet you. Welcome.
Yeah,
welcome.
You should tune in tomorrow.
Yes. And I already shared the store. Krista, what's going on? Thank you for supporting us. This is great. I appreciate it. Chris has a question. Let's get to Chris. Marco, how have you been able to manage your brand deals with US-based companies while you're based in Portugal? Great question.
Well, this is, we like to call, because here in Portugal, we are mainly poor, okay? So you have the $1 million question, we have the fridge question, okay? Let's put things in perspective. So this is the fridge question. The thing is, and Chris brought a topic to the table, which is one of my biggest challenges on Amazon is when I'm talking with brands and they know, oh, you are not in the US. First thing, I think I can see their
Mhm.
faces like, what? You can be an Amazon influencer without being in the US? And then sometimes the second silly question comes, but do you have an email, an US address? And I think these people, they think that I'm a nomad, I'm crossing the ocean every now and then. Okay, like, okay, so this week I want to be in the US, let me go there. Then I come back to Portugal. So this
Maybe through
is
live.
this is a big struggle for me. So I believe that some of them, they do business with me because maybe they see that I can bring some value to the brand. Some, they collaborate because they have some stock here in the within the European Union, because there's something that, as an influencer, we should have in mind. Back in 2021, I think the European come with a law that every item that comes from outside European Union has to pay our taxes, VAT. Okay, so this, and also other custom. If you have something, let's put some taxes on it. So that's how it is. So this is another thing. Okay, and this is something that I say, okay, you can send things to me, but you have to pay, besides sending the things,
Mhm.
shipping costs. You need to uh, stand with
Import.
taxes from
It's
the
import
customs.
tax or something. Yes, customs. That's what it is.
Yes, so it's kind of expensive. Most of the times this is a deal breaker. Okay, when they have this, some they have in European marketplaces of Amazon, and they send it them to me from there. I work as well with some European brands like Sennheiser, for instance. But I believe that when this video content will be kind of released in Europe as well, because the influencer program, it's already on in Europe, but only with this kind of content that it's not,
Mm.
you know. I believe that when they open the possibility of video, brands will look, okay, now I want to work as well this program with European influencers. And I believe that I'm a little bit ahead from others.
I love it.
So I believe
Yes.
this could be because I have already 2 years of practicing
Yeah.
in the US market. But yes, it's kind of my biggest struggle as an influencer is the fact that I'm not located in the US. Okay, and sometimes they, okay, Marco, sorry.
That's something important to consider for anyone that's in Europe. That's important to know. So I appreciate that input, that additional information. But I also heard, what I heard in between that was start live streaming now so you can build up for when they open up those doors. So that's also something I heard. So that's fantastic. People are loving that. What you said about the flowers and the bloom.
So go to Amazon and follow me there.
Yes, yes. I will put that up. Ryan, I think, thank you for men's electric shavers. This is answering the question of what would you sell. I love that. Uh, Arnaldo, microphones, stream decks, and others. I love it. You love the tech, huh? I love Stream Deck. I love Elgato, and I want to get it. Krista, you are so funny. I would sell Silver Fox fan club products. That's hilarious. You're so funny. Thank you so much and so sweet. Amazon doesn't consider LinkedIn a social platform for influence. Ooh, that's interesting. I didn't even know that. So that's
Yeah.
something you can touch on a little bit, Ryan. Let's say he said true. Krista, the US is overrated. Viva Portugal. Portugal. Love it. Oh,
Viva!
yeah. Tim's here. Thanks, Tim, for popping through.
Hello, Tim.
Yes, Krista says move to Portugal. So there we go. There you go. I love it. Everyone's being so awesome in the chat. I love it. Please ask some questions. Marco's going to dominate Amazon Live when it becomes available in Europe. So there we go.
Hopefully.
I agree. I want Amazon Live, but I didn't qualify. You know what? I applied, and I think it was when I was at Podfest like a year and a half ago.
You should. I believe that you apply, and then you have to take a breath of 30 days, and then you can apply again. My recommendation. if you are, and meanwhile, during these 30 days, keep building community in that platform that you think you're performing better, or you have a bigger or more engaged following. Okay,
Yeah.
and keep moving.
Oh, I was going to put your Amazon so there you can support Marco because we want to support
Thank you
Marco for all
so
his
much.
wisdom and blooming
Help
those.
the flowers bloom.
Yeah. And you talked about community. So, I have to talk about my community. I'm trying to build a community. I think that's important, especially when we're all live streaming or trying to get people to understand the power of live streaming, that you don't want to do it alone. It can be overwhelming. It could be stressful. It could be scary. And you shouldn't be scared of video. You shouldn't be scared to be yourself out there in front of the camera. Your people will find you. Your people will support you. And the rest doesn't matter, right? What do you think of that? But I'm going to put the link to my community. I would love. It's on the Mighty Networks.
Okay, let me share this.
Yes.
So I live in a little village in the north of Portugal with 1,000 people, or more or less. Okay, my native language it's Portuguese, and as I mentioned, when I started live streaming, people were looking at me. This guy wants to be kind of a TV star, whatever. So I didn't get that much recognition, acceptance from Portuguese people. Then, as I mentioned, I moved because I was here all the time to the Spanish speaking market because it's bigger, it's more, but it's a little bit, yes, it's more mature than our mine. And I moved. People were kind, but I was not getting business. I I mentioned this the other day. The only training I could make in Spain, I had to pay to work. Which was not a wise move, but that's how it is. So at some point, I realized, okay, I need to keep going, keep rowing, keep whatever. So I tried my things with American market, which is the more competitive, the more difficult. For me, at the beginning, it was easier to speak Spanish than it is to speak English. But
Giving
the
me
thing
ideas,
is,
Marco. Empiezo a hablar en español.
bueno, si quieres hablamos en español, no hay problema ninguno. Es que
Ah,
podemos hablar en español que
empiezo un show ahí.
ningún problema. But the thing is, and this could be a big lesson for all of you, that they you could be scared of going live because you may think what people will think. I don't like my voice, I don't like the way you look, so look at me. If I can go live with this look, everybody else can go live. End of story. Voice, it's the same. But the thing is, people, they tend to say to me, why English, it's risky, it's not your native language, blah 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 blah. And I have this thought. I know Portuguese people that doesn't speak properly Portuguese. Okay,
Mhm.
so I made this exercise. Is it possible that some people from the US, from England, from Scotland, from Ireland, that doesn't speak properly English? I think probably yes. So why should I not do this in English? No reason. Also, with the practice, probably, I will improve.
That's right.
So this is how I think. Another thing that it's something that it's in my mind, because sometimes some people, they think that because they speak the language natively, they own the language. I don't
Ooh.
believe in this. As
Ooh.
long as you do your best to communicate, to try to improve, to express yourself properly, I believe that you own the chance or the right to speak that language as well.
Look at
So
that.
that's how I think.
I love it.
I'm doing my best.
¿Quieres
I'm
tacos?
improving. So I had so many things that could hold me back to not doing this. Okay. For instance, I remember this conversation I had with my father. I graduate at 30. Okay. I was a terrible, awful student. Can you imagine the worst student you can think? I was even worse. Okay. So there it is. So I remember this moment. I was talking with my father. It was lunchtime, and he stood at me. I was about to finish my degree, and he told me, "Look, Marco, you are 30 years old. You have no experience, and you're the average." I finished the course was pretty low, 12 in 20, and I replied to him like, kind of, "Let me scare you. I'm gonna kill myself because none of the things you mentioned I can't change. I cannot change my age. I can build experience like I have experience right now. And if I wanted to increase my average grades, I need to start over again my course. So none of the things you mentioned could be changed. None. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try hard. And that's the thing.
Love
So
it.
the thing is, try harder,
Try
do
hard.
crazy things. Okay.
Yes.
So that's the thing. Don't think, and this is, I think we all suffer the bad, terrible imposter syndrome. I'm
Yes.
here to frighten you. No, don't go live because people will think this, they will tell you this, that, blah, 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 blah. The thing is, I made, I think, more than 1,000 live shows. I had, no, 10 trolls on my live shows.
What
There was
happens?
one that kind of messed with me. It was the first one.
Mm.
But from that moment on, I thought, look, this was the first and the last time that someone ruined my live show. Right now, if someone comes trolling, I have, okay, and this is something that sometimes we can smell if they are there to panic others.
Hmm.
So, for instance, this happens sometimes on Amazon. There's someone, because it's easy when you are behind a computer to kind of, okay, let me put here the panic. So what I do when someone comes in trying to ruin things, I call their name, and then I, because I like to sing, I like to call that I like to sing that song from Pavarotti. No,
Ooh.
I think no, from Andrea Bocelli and Sarah Brightman. Time to say goodbye. So I start singing, like for instance, okay, let me call Ryan Swanson, for instance, come here making silly comments,
I
and I
know.
say, Ryan Swanson, it's time to say goodbye, and I block him. That's the thing.
Have fun with it, right? Is that what you're saying? Have fun with it.
Yes, because we don't need to bear with that people, okay? Uh, Sometimes we kind of try to change to talk, but the thing is, they are there to mess with you.
Yes.
So that's the thing. So I don't think at some point the imposter syndrome it's a nice spice because it's kind of you telling to yourself that I need to be relevant, I need to bring good content, I need to improve, and for me this is good.
Yeah.
The imposter syndrome is good till the moment that it stops you. Okay, till then it's okay because okay, it's kind of this conversation we have with ourselves. We need to be relevant, we need to build nice content, we need to inspire our community. We Yes, we have this responsibility, but the thing is you can improve. I
Yes.
If I look back to my first content, my first videos, they were terrible. Oh my god. I
Yes.
improved the way I looked on camera, the way I interact with my audience, my microphones, my camera, my lights, my beauty was the only thing that went down.
Oh goodness. Oh,
Because but the
skincare
thing, and
on
this
on
is
Amazon.
something that it's, again, it's over rated, because, oh, my voice is not radiophonic. I don't have that radiophonic voice like
Ooh.
it's Marco Novo to talk with you. And now it's time to listen to Elvis Presley with Love Me Tender. The thing is, people don't care about your voice. People don't care about the way you look, but they care about how you care about them. This is what they care. If the thing you are delivering it's good, they will stay. Doesn't matter how awful your voice could sound. Even if your voice sounds like this one, if they can understand, they will stay.
Oh my goodness. You are so
And
fun.
the
This
thing,
is one of the reasons I had to have you. You're just so entertaining. You're entertaining. Entertaining is part of it. Be entertaining.
yes, yes, and this is something that you could. This is something, again. This comes with practice,
Yes.
with that moment. For instance, this podcast I will start recording soon will be the most Marco content that I'm going to create, because right now I think I'm the right moment with this maturity and these
Mhm.
things that we need to kind of, because right now I don't have to explain to anyone who am I, what I'm do, whatever. Okay, now I have my kind of authority, so I can do whatever I want.
Ooh. Yes.
This is something that you should have in mind. Okay, so with the practice you will understand, okay, I can do this. You kind of start pushing your boundaries and having and risking a little bit more. Of course, by risking a little bit more, I'm not mentioned, okay, so people know me because I like to talk about flowers, and for certain I start talking about chickens because, oh no, I won't, now I can push my boundaries. I'm not talking about that. Okay, because people know you because you talk about flowers. Keep talking about flowers because that's why they know it, or they will feel kind of betrayal or something because what? This is weird. But the thing is, practice, it's the best way for you to overcome imposter syndrome, because by the end of the day, that fear that people will come to kind of uh, ruin this show, to kind of messing with you, this is our only crazy things in your head.
Yeah.
Because I believe, and this is something that I like to say to people, sorry, when, for instance, I talk about public speaking, because it's one of the most scaring things for lots of people. For me, it's kind of dopamine. Tell me, you will have tomorrow 1,000 people that will go to watch you speaking. I won't sleep with the excitement, not with fear, with excitement, because I have this in mind. And this is something
Yes.
that I kind of put it on my software is people are there to get inspired by you, to learn from you. They are not there to see you messing. They are there to listen, to learn something from you. So go there and shine, because they are willing for you to do that. That's the only thing.
That's great.
That's the only thing, because I don't believe, at least for me, it's not acceptable that I'm going to do something. I'm going to do a room, okay, spend there, sit there 1 hour, 2 hours to see someone doing silly things, or not, or being crazy because it's frightened, it's nervous, it's anxious. No, I'm there because I know that that person has something important to share with me, and I want to
Value.
learn from him.
Value. We bring the
Yes,
value.
absolutely.
Yes.
Think like that, and everything will. Another thing that I can share from my father. I remember the first time I went to make a training. This was my first training session as a trainer, and I was kind of scared. I was, and he understood. Okay, he looked at me and he said, "Marco, can I speak in Portuguese?"
If you're, yeah,
the
I mean,
thing is,
yeah, that's your dad, right?
the thing is, why you are so scared? In that room, you will be the person who knows better the subject.
Wow. You're the expert, right? Hired you, they wanted you because you were the expert in that. So why be afraid?
That's it.
You've established an authority that they've invited you to speak on that, to really share your knowledge and your experience on that. Like you
Absolutely.
invited here. Look at this, all these gold nuggets that you're sharing. We've talked about a lot of things, and I love how it really overcoming all that imposter syndrome, which I think a lot of people have, and it can be in any capacity. But especially for live streaming, which is hard because you're on camera and anything can kind of go wrong and you have to figure it out, or you might say something you don't want to say, and then you feel that like you said something stupid, and that's not the case. So just be you, get out there, practice, try. I always say the first is the worst. I said that the other day. The first is the worst. That's okay. Get that out of the way. The second, the third, the fourth, keep going. Don't quit. But know why you're doing it, right? Your purpose for your business, because of you have the experience, because you want to establish that credibility that you know internally that you have. And so be confident in that. Be confident in that.
Absolutely. And there's other little things about this live streaming thing that you should have in mind. First, live streaming, it's the best content in the world. Maybe I think in some places in Mars, some big cities in Mars, it's the best content format to learn. Because, for instance, sometimes you have guests that you can pick their brains in a kind of a polite way
Yes,
without looking.
that's good. I like that. Yes.
You will learn from your audience. And let's go back to Amazon Live or live shopping, wherever. When you have the chance to interact in real time, you are showcasing a product, which could be yours or not. It depends in the situation. And you have the chance to interact in real time with your customer, with your,
Yes.
and they come with questions. Look, does this work properly in this situation? Can I use it in this situation? Wherever. This is a nice way for you to kind of, okay, let me rethink about the content I'm creating around this because I'm getting these questions. Let me address them.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you can think, okay, maybe this cell phone, for instance, it's not the best one for this, but maybe I can talk with my ID team. Okay, let us, because I've been asked so many times about this. Let's bring this feature to our product, for instance, or let's bring another product to fulfill this need or this whatever.
Yeah. No, that's
Okay.
great.
And that's the good thing about live streaming and live shopping because, again, we have this fear. We don't want to look like we are trying to sell. But the thing is, on the other end, we have people that they want to buy. Make this about them. And when you have the chance to interact in real time, so people, okay, let me see, how does that look on you? You are kind of like myself, okay? Or maybe, and you can say, okay, how big is this? And then you can compare. Look, I have this, so we can have this idea, this perspective. Live shopping, it's a pretty nice way. And the thing is, if you have in mind, okay, live shopping, it's not just about selling, it's about entertaining, it's about
Mhm.
education, it's about providing value to our audiences. Because when you have the chance to interact in real time. Sometimes people, they go there just to see you, but by the end, okay, I need to buy something because she or he was so helpful, so entertaining. I need to buy something.
That's funny. Yeah, it goes back to that
And also,
reciprocity because you've given them value.
maybe,
You've given them a lot.
yes, absolutely. And the thing is, maybe I'm not buying nothing today because I don't need, I don't want, I don't have money. But the thing is, you're putting seeds, and this is important as well, because one of the things that I struggle a lot is that usually entrepreneurs, business owners here in Portugal, they are short-sighted. Okay, like, oh, I'm not doing this because my these are for kids. And I think, are you planning to close your business in 2 years, 5 years? Oh
Mhm.
no, of course not. Well, someone that has today 15 years old, in 5 years they will be 20. And okay, I'm not a genius, but in 10 years they will have 25. So back to this, that time they will be your customer. Are you planning just to sell them and try to start the conversation, building trust, all of these things only in 10 years? Or do you want to start today? And sometimes the things, they are a little bit shorter. You never know. Okay. The thing is, you can't exclude someone that maybe in the future could become your customer. Also, when you have them and with this two-sided communication open, they may, okay, I don't like that thing, but maybe if you come with this like that, maybe we can make a business. There you go.
So much goodness, Marco. So much fantastic information. I knew I could count on you. I knew you had all the
Okay.
good stuff. I mean, because I see a lot of it. I like to say the same things, and I see all that in live streaming. And I love how you talk about the long term, not just being short sighted, as you said. So it is an investment in yourself. It's an investment in your equipment, but it is an investment for the long haul. And that's something that most people, like you said, they oversee that. They oversee
Absolutely.
that and they don't think.
Okay.
So they're just kind of stuck in the here and the now and all those other feelings that we already talked about with the imposter syndrome, what's affecting us now, but we're not looking at it where we'll be in the future and how much we've grown, how much we've built ourselves, matured. You said that too, into who we are as a creator, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. So there's just always know that in the future you're going to develop all these skills and you're going to get better and better. So where you're at now is just a starting point, or it's just the point
Absolutely.
where you're at right now, and that there's so much to come in the future, and to not give up and to not fall for those false beliefs that we tell ourselves in the here and the now.
Absolutely. Just let me share some little things, because sometimes, and this goes more to the younger people, even though I'm here 45, so I think I can talk to everybody. You just you just eat if you want. The thing is, the best thing that could happen to me is that things didn't went well. Because, for instance, I started creating content because I want to get known, I want to build this trust with people to hire me as a marketing consultant. I thought this was not going well because people were not hiring me. People were not didn't care about me. So that's why I switched to the Spanish speaking market. And it happened the same. So I switched to the US market. And
Mhm.
Sharang, it was where the gold was. So sometimes we think, oh, people, they don't care about me. Um, I suck. The thing is, sometimes the gold, it's not where you think it is. For instance, I thought that I I would be only a marketing consultant. For instance, when people they asked me, and this happened to me, I was doing a training, and someone from the audience he asked me about, and if some reason tomorrow you'll switch from marketing to other thing, and I thought, what? This is my life. I can't change. And the thing is, today, for instance, when I do remote production, I can charge per hour something that here in Portugal almost no one charges in one day. So sometimes life has these things that it may put you in some tougher ways, paths that why this is happening to me, nobody cares about me. The thing is, wait, look where the path will lead you, because you thought, okay, sometimes when people don't recognize you, don't appreciate you, is where you should think this. It's it's bad, okay? I'm not telling you that this is easy. It's not. It's kind of sometimes it's frustrating. It hurts when, for instance, when your people don't recognize you. It's tough.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Don't get me wrong. It's really tough. But the thing is, if you believe that your value is there, you will keep moving. And at some point, you look back and you say, okay, people didn't recognize me there, but I'm glad because I tried hard. I put it my effort, and now look where I am.
Yeah.
For instance, do you know how many invitations I have from Portuguese people to be in a live show or something like this?
No. Zero. Oh. Oh.
So there you go.
And I love something that you said is like, don't be scared to shift. Don't be scared to,
No,
as long as you don't lose yourself and your purpose, but it's okay to shift. It's okay to see another door open and walk through it.
absolutely, absolutely. And the thing is, this happened to me. People, I don't know if they were kind of being cruel with me or if they wanted to understand this.
Mhm.
Someday, how do you make money with live streaming? And back that those days, I was not making that much money. Yes, I was not. But today, for instance, the thing is, I can work fewer than them. I don't work that much because the thing is, sometimes in one day I can make what they need to work one entire month to work. That's the thing. I remember that in December I made a gig. I started. It was 4 a.m. on my side. It was tough. I finished by 7 a.m. my side, and during these 3 hours or so, 2.5, I made what I used to make back in 2 years in 1 month.
Wonderful.
I'll leave it there.
No, so I like it because you're really saying that there is opportunity. You can monetize. Things will come. Doors will open. Opportunities will present themselves. Don't be scared to take those opportunities. Don't fall for the imposter syndrome, the false beliefs. Don't feel like you have to stay in what you're doing. It's okay to shift. And Bruce, thank you for hanging out with us still.
Thank you, Bruce.
Follow the work and opportunity and not expect the work to follow you. Look at that. That's good. So I think you just have to listen. You have to pay attention to your surroundings. You have to surround yourself with quality people, and I think they will see the value in you just like you're able to see the value in them. And again, it goes back to that reciprocity. We continue to support each other. Most people, and I think this is a perfect example. Most people would be like, well, you're talking to another live stream remote producer. And I did that like the other week. And I'm like, isn't that a competitor? But no, we support each other. We can collaborate. If I'm not a good fit for a client, I can refer them to Marco. If Marco's like, well, maybe DeeJae, more your style. So I think that it's a lot of mindset as well, and how we look at things and how we can see the value instead of like take away, or I don't know how to explain it, but see it for less than what it is, make it out to be less than what it really can be, what's really presenting itself. So I think I'll leave it at that. I don't know if I babbled about that, but I hope that made sense to people, and that they're not scared to put themselves out there and to go for those opportunities and to take advantage of, if someone approaches you or says, hey, have you ever thought about live streaming? Like, why not? Why wouldn't you take advantage of that? Why wouldn't you consider that? There's so many people out there like us, me and Marco, and so many other ones that really can help someone do it and do it well.
Absolutely.
And you'll get better. Yeah.
Two recommendations connecting to what you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really lonely work.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it all alone. It's terrible. Don't ever, never, okay? Talk. Find people that understand what you're doing, that understand your pain. And this will take me to the second thing, which is pretty important: feedback. Don't never, ever ask feedback to these two types of person: your relatives, your friends. Never. Why? Because there's only two types of feedback you'll get from them. One, oh, you are wonderful. Oh my God, I love you so much. Oh, this is my boy. This is my girl. Oh my God, I love you. Or your friends, oh, you awesome. Whoa, so nice. This is, or you have in the other side, you suck. Stop doing that. Get a real job.
Whew.
Why are you doing this? You want to be and then you get jealous people, and so there's only two kinds of people that could be a really good feedback source: those people that understand what you are doing, that already were there. They know your pains, they know how they can help you, they know what you're going through. Or, and both, they are valuable, okay, because one will help you, the other one will pay you. Your target.
Yes.
Talk with someone which could be your customer. Does these messages resonate with you? Do you think that I'm addressing a real problem you have? Because if you're not, Houston, you need to adjust.
Wow.
Otherwise, it's tempting. It's easy to ask to your friend, look, how, to your girlfriend, boyfriend, father, mother, child, whatever. Oh, how do I look? Oh my God, you're awesome. Oh my God,
Yes.
I'm so proud of you. Or you suck. Get a real job. Get out. For instance, my mother, she doesn't know what I do. She thinks that I'm laughing at the camera.
Yes.
Okay, so
they don't know. They don't know.
Yeah,
So
they don't
don't ask for their feedback. Don't ask for their advice. Just keep it to your colleagues, your peers, those that have, like you said, been there before you. So, okay, we're going to get ready to close this show up because we've been here talking for an hour, and this is great. I could just listen to all your stories. So Bruce made a good, the 4 C's, right? Connections, communities, collaborations, conversations. So that's absolutely important. I love it when I hear that over and over again because it's so true. It just continues to solidify and emphasize that those strategies in your business are very important and they are well respected and they work. So we're going to get ready to close it up. Marco, I want to thank you. I would keep on talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
No. We'll have to do a part 2 or something, or maybe we'll just, go live together another time. But make sure you check out Marco and his Amazon. We talked about that. This is fantastic. I cannot say that enough. I'll learn a lot. We've learned a lot today. He's had so much to share, so many insights that are very valuable. And then for me, hey, check out my community. It's up here in the corner, the code. Check out my community because Marco said it. You can't do this alone. Live streaming is not, I started to do it alone. And I think I've seen other people fade out, right? Like the pod fade when they do something alone. And a community is where it's at. I think with 2023, we all are starting to really appreciate the value of a true community and what that brings as a whole. And just... I don't know, just so much goodness in a community, I guess. So Absolutely. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so
You're
much.
You're welcome. Up this way.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. This way. Hey, thank you. Congratulations on the meeting, rich in tips and information. Yes, Arnaldo. Thank you for hanging in there. It was supposed to be a 30-minute show. We took it to 60, but I love it. It's okay. It's all good. Thank you, Mackenzie, again for supporting. Been a great conversation. Thank you for scanning the QR code. I want to grow my community. I want to help other people get their message out and learn to live stream, and we can all do it together. So that's why we're here. That's why I'm here. That's why Marco's here. That's why other people, other remote producers are out there and they really want to help people. Just
absolutely.
Yeah. All right, my friend. That's it. I think we're going to go ahead and play the little outro and we're going to say goodbye.
And by the way, I love your intro video.
Thank you.
Even though I'm a little bit sad, because this will be finishing.
Yes.
I'm curious about seeing the outro video. So you can play outro video and we'll get
All right, sounds good. Well, we're going to hit the outro video. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.